Did I hit it right with my fingers? I have no idea. I try real hard. Dun! Hello! Kia ora, everybody. Welcome to Fate of Isen, Book 2, Pukapukarua. We are a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition podcast. We have not made the transition. Don't hate us for that. Made by a bunch of Kiwi comedians, proud members of the Kiwi RPG Kia Mu Whakatau o Aotearoa tabletop role-playing from New Zealand. We korero paki, we tell some jokes, hopefully save the world, and have a whole lot of fun along the way. Thank you very much for joining us today. If it is your first time joining Isen, I'm just so happy to see you here. If it is you coming back again after years of having watched us and listened to our craziness, Lyndon Hood sitting in the chat already tonight, welcome home. We really appreciate you being here to keep supporting us through the years. It means a lot, actually. So, who have I got here as my wonderful cast of heroes to help me tell the crazy story that we have today? It's the Sidebars. I'll let you introduce yourself, crew. Take it away.
Because it would feel wrong, I've got to do the obligatory. Kia ora, I'm Jules Daniel. I'm playing the human Bardley. He's a bit of a Bradley and a bit of a Bardley. And he's going to sing a song and cast some spells. Over to you, Severin. Thanks, JD. Kia ora, everybody. I'm Severin. I'm playing the human monk, Dexter Clementine. He's a good, punchy boy. This is maybe the first combat we're doing since we've leveled up, and I realized you can punch 4 times in a turn and maybe hit 0 times. So let's see what happens. I am hyped. I'm ready to go. Over to you, Erika.
Hi, I'm Erika. I play Taryn Grimm, and myself and Taryn are now going to be super excited to hit some things with some magic. Let's get some lightning going. Over to you, Kasia.
Hi, I'm Kasia. I play Granny Sabinka. Sometimes an old woman, sometimes a fashion icon that will judge you just by looking at you. Tights are not pants. Druid. Half elf. Over to you, Jules.
The Twitch is going crazy tonight because Jules can't find the frames to make them go away. Please go away, frames. They're in all the wrong spots, and I cannot find them to make them go away. And it's I don't know what I've done with them.
Honestly, I don't think Jules did this. I think she's being framed right now, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so bad. I don't know where they are. Like, where are you coming from?
The Fate of Isen podcast is experiencing technical difficulties.
I'm just like, I'm
Please
literally at the moment just like, I'm like hiding everything I can think of. I found it!
Hey!
Yes!
Because it was 5 frames and there were 4 people, so you guys were just cut off completely. It was horrible. Okay.
Chaos.
It was absolute chaos.
We live for
You're
it.
on that one.
Okay, we've done the thing. Look, Brad, just cut that out, all right?
I'll keep it in.
Yeah, cut it out, Brad.
Okay. Okay, all right. So, thank you very much for joining us again tonight for our fashion chaos, where we left things. Well, it was quite dramatic, fashion forward, should we say, as the clothing were literally just so animated. They seemed to be coming to life and leaping off our terrified model, much to the glee of Kale Nightwing, the bird person that you had been competing against and had not won with their outfit and was so upset by this bird person with this dark feathery plumage with their gown of celestial elegance of the night sky that they had declared war or something on the entire of the audience here in this event, declaring if they could not be the winner, then they would just take who they could. Who knows what that's about? I guess maybe we'll find out as we go through this, but maybe it is about the war on pockets on females' clothing. Who knows? Thanks, Amy. That's a great shout.
Agreed, 100%. Bigger
It
pockets.
makes sense. Women don't have, like,
In which
knickknacks
case,
I want
or
to put a
keys
sword
or
down.
an entire saber.
An
just-
entire
But
saber.
I have to put my sword in my dress at the back, you know, like Wonder Woman did. Anyway.
Absolutely. So, as
and your
we
challenger approaches.
as we join our adventure once more, the party is kind of split in and around the room. Some of you had come onto the stage to present the outfit or join with the outfit. Some of you were still on the edges of the stage because you hadn't quite made it there. You were trying different things. And when this clothing exploded, literally exploded in sort of a haze of tulle and shadow, and there was all these weird shadowy things reaching out towards you, I believe Taryn had also just tried to cast Dispel Magic. So let's start there. As your Dispel Magic goes off and nothing really happens. It feels like you tried to connect with this thing and it didn't happen the way that you were expecting. So what does this look like, or what does this feel like, as you know, what do you realize in this moment as your Dispel Magic goes off and it just sort of slides off, whatever this is?
Yeah, it almost kind of fizzles out and just abruptly stops. And it kind of, I guess, feels a little bit sticky. Just for
Okay.
a little bit like, yeah, something sort of sludgy in the ocean sort of feel. That's not magic. I don't know what it is, but Dispel Magic didn't work on that. Any ideas on what it could be?
I don't
And
think
you-
it
Yelling
wants
all
to-
of this as things are happening, like, quickly,
Yeah.
like, right? So you've got seconds to kind of yell this at each other as, like, people are starting to scream and clamber over chairs and try and get away from this. The other models on the stage and the other presenters are, like, freaking out, you know? Nothing's really happened yet, but these shadowy tendrils are reaching out everywhere.
Could Granny use one of those free things she learned in the library?
Yes?
You give me those.
What's
Yes,
the
I would like to know what it is.
thing that you would... Yeah, okay. So you want to know what this creature is? Like, you've read about this type of thing before? Or... I'm just trying to get it right as to the information that you want.
Yeah, I would say Granny was interested in what kind of evil stuff can be lurking. I don't know. I'm interested in, like, weaknesses of this thing. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, you
I
could have
think I
been
have
reading
a
about,
rag.
like, essentially mimics. Yeah, you know, and things that pretend to be other things. And this isn't quite a mimic, but you definitely read about something like this as you were coming across, like, articles about monsters that pretend to be other things. So you've heard of ragamuffins before? They are a type of, like, a constructy type creature that can be made as such, but they do become, like, their own kind of creature. They usually have to be imbued with something kind of evil, some sort of either magic or feeling or emotion, or even, like, projected, like, some sort of demonic energy into this, like inviting something into it to kind of create it to be what it is.
Can I just yell back? It's the evil spirit of fast fashion. It's like a mimic, but not. I read about
Isn't
it
that
in
what a
book
mimic is?
club.
I mean, a lot of things are a mimic, but also not a mimic.
Yeah.
Like, cupcakes aren't a mimic. This doesn't narrow it down.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's definitely evil, definitely bad, and somebody has created this to be what it is kind of what you know. In terms of weaknesses it has, not really. You would know that this thing is magical, and so usually magical type things have a better, like, that's something I'll give you for freebies. Magical things usually have a better time against it, so like magical weaponry or things like that are usually going to have a better time. Read into that. Mechanically, it has resistance to non-magical slashing, piercing, bludgeoning. So
Hit it with the magic stuff.
All right, so let's roll up initiative. We haven't done this in a while, so...
Where do you find
We
initiative?
definitely have not.
Yeah.
Where is my initiative?
My boss asks me that every day.
Where do you find initiative?
Where do you find initiative?
Where do you find a better initiative than what I rolled?
Oh, level 6, everybody. Key powered strikes. My unarmed strikes count as magical for the purpose of overcoming resistances and immunities. I knew I had it at this level. Let's go.
Monk.
Nice.
I was so worried I couldn't punch.
Punchy boy can punch. That's good
and
to
if-
know.
And the real cherry on the top is a natural 20 for initiative, for 23 in total.
And did you have, what do you call that? Inspiration? Already?
Not ticked. I will tick my heroic inspiration anything.
Nice.
This could help me to punch.
Taryn, what'd you get?
I got a 5 on initiative.
Perfect. Granny, what'd you get?
3.
We're doing so well, y'all.
Y'all.
Wonderful.
So sorry, I have
Wonderful.
lag, so...
JD, if you could put your initiative in the chat, it might count. What? Ain't no way. What? I'm trying to remember if Bardley has a negative dex. I feel like you don't. Wait a minute.
Rip.
For the audience at home, we have a 0 in the chat, which is an F in the chat.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is
I mean, that's-
preposterous. What do you mean a 0? I would say explain yourself, but you can't.
But yeah, I literally can't get into audio.
Oh, there we go.
or video.
15. That's a bit better.
Okay, so that means that Dexter, you're up first, and our monster is on deck.
Oh,
So
yo.
you have a moment to jump in there first before its tendrils reach out to grab ya.
Beautiful. So this is the dress is turned into a big, shadowy
like a
tentacle monster.
But it's stretching out from the model towards the people that it sees
Yo.
as a threat. And seeing as Taryn just tried to, like, do something magical in its direction, it's stretching out generally in the direction of you guys, as well as there are a few tendrils going out places, like orally. There's something stretching out kind of in her general direction, and there's a few stretching out to people in the crowd, and you're not really sure who those people are, but they seem pretty panicked about that.
Gotcha. And the model looks terrified. The model is
The
not
model
a part
wearing
of this.
it? Oh, yeah.
There's not a part of
Yeah.
this. And the boy, the instigator of all of this trouble, he's still on stage as well.
Yeah. Sort of like gleefully, watching it do this.
Oh. So there's a question, do I go for the big shadowy creature or do I just punch him? Because he seems to be the one that, caused this.
I mean, that's true.
I think Dexter would make a calculation, say, well, maybe he's channeling this thing, even though it's not magical, maybe he, created it. I'm gonna punch him and see if I can, knock his concentration of it.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Even though
So,
it's
yeah.
not, a magical effect. He might be, creating this thing.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a logical conclusion, and at least gives you information no matter what happens, right?
Yeah. He's gonna make, first, 2 unarmed strikes as part of his attack action. For a 23 and 24, respectively.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. Yeah, both hit.
Awesome. I'll roll damage right at the end, just so that we keep this fun train on moving. I will spend a key point. Actually, I'll spend 2. Can I get him to make a Constitution saving throw, as one of those strikes will be stunning? And then Flurry of Blows to do 2 more attacks.
I'm assuming a 10 fails.
Oh, 100% of 10 fails. DC 13.
Yeah, nice.
It depends on how low of an AC this cat has, but that's a 12 and a 14.
Both hit.
I'm about to murder this man.
Toggle non-lethal.
That is... Oh, you think Dex is totally non-lethal at this stage? 28 points of magical bludgeoning damage in total.
So he's stunned, right? Because he failed his save?
Yeah. Can I also get, let's call it a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Let's call it that. I don't know what it is, but sure.
It is open hand technique, DC 13 dex save, or else he's stunned and also prone.
Okay.
save from
He
Dexter.
did roll a 17 with no modifier,
Okay.
so yeah.
Honestly, the stunned was the main one. If he was gonna
Yeah.
fail anything.
Yeah, 100%. So 28 points of damage and stunned. And this guy like goes white as a sheet and actually topples over backwards. Even though you did not make him go prone. Just before like, you know, like you kind of see him eyes roll up in the back of his head and sort of bonk. And he's like seems to be out cold. Now, he doesn't seem to be, even though you've gone lethal, he doesn't seem to be in the process of dying right now. He seems to have been knocked completely out and unconscious. And is sort of like dozing right now.
I think the lethality was a joke. I think Dexter would want to question this guy, at least just to say, what the hell, man? That wasn't cool. Everyone's having a fun time.
Either way, like, it's not quite enough to knock him out, like, completely kill him, but it's pretty much right on the line enough to make this guy go unconscious. He's not a fighter, so he would be like, oh, gonk, you know?
Dexter didn't know that he could be casting any kind of funky stuff, and he ain't messing with
100%.
no magic.
No, and so he goes absolutely prone and out cold. Like, you see his eyes roll into the back of his head and then just out. And he's basically snoozing on the ground right now. But that does not seem to change anything about this dress as it continues about his action. So.
Okay, so it looks like if the stun wears off, he's still knocked out cold?
Yeah, so he seems to be knocked out, yes. So he's in a pretty bad situation if you wanted to finish him off right now, because he's like completely unconscious, prone, and just like vulnerable as hell. You'd have advantage against him and all sorts of stuff. So,
Is this the Dark Dexter arc everyone's been waiting for?
Yeah.
Where he just straight up murders a man?
Yeah.
Level 6.
Snaps.
Yeah. You see his shiny shoes just all like toppled over, and there's nothing happening, you know, there.
Hey.
So, monster on deck, and then if Bardley decides to be able to talk, I mean, mostly their computer, then Bardley would be on deck. So
it's monster turn.
Monster turn. All right, so this
Will
thing
it do
is,
the mash?
Was a graveyard
reaching
smash.
out towards, yeah, I know, right? If only you guys had done this at Halloween! But
Where?
We're a phone number behind.
okay, so it's a 16 and a 19. Only one of them is going at Taryn,
They don't have to.
and the other one is reaching into the audience, and you aren't really sure where that's going, but you definitely hear a cry of pain as it connects. As you're looking, because everything is kind of dark where this thing is. And that's the other thing you see it doing. It seems to be projecting like a really dark, weird light outwards. So it's getting harder and harder to see the actual center of the stress. And like the model is basically unable to be seen at this point in the center of this thing.
Much like Jules was at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah. And Taryn, you take 6 damage
Okay.
as it connects with
Any
you.
specific type of damage or just a regular?
This is a bludgeon.
Bludgeon?
A bludgeon. Yeah, as you feel this like shadowy reach out and connect with you and become quite like hard for light or absence of light. It hurt.
Oh, yeah, that did hurt.
Yeah. And I'm going to need you to do a grapple check, which is an athletics or acrobatics, I think. Check.
You could allow acrobatics to like wriggle out.
Yeah, if you allow acrobatics. Please and thank you.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what my grapple rules actually are. Let's go check the grappling guide.
So long.
It has.
It's been so long.
I would prefer not athletics, but
Strength or dexterity saving throw. There you go. So I've got the wrong freaking thing anyway. So strength or dex saving throw.
saving throws.
There we go.
That is a 13.
Okay, that is a fail. You are now grappled.
Ouch! It got me.
Yes. Grappled. And so you need to do an action to get out. So, like, if you wanted to escape it, you'd have to do an action. Otherwise, you have the grappled condition.
Gotcha.
That is, it's 2 actions in this turn. And now Bardley would be on deck. Now, Bardley, you are not being recorded at any time. It's literally not recording your audio. So if you just let me know what you want to do, and then I can kind of, make that work for you.
I suggested putting it into the chat that I'm happy to read.
Yeah.
Either that or Bardley is just too traumatized
Yeah,
by
Bardley
fashion
is-
becoming evil.
Well, Bardley was towards the side of the stage, so you're watching this, like, tentacle kind of coming around. It goes over the top of the thing that you were thrown out of where Aurelie is, and it seems to be going for Aurelie. So you can see that, like, tentacle of darkness kind of reaching past you, going to where you know Aurelie is because you were kicked out of that area by her guards. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could try and thunderwave the tentacle itself, or you can run onto the stage and try and thunderwave where the model is.
Bardley has got a thunderwave.
So Bardley is going to, thunderwave attack the tentacle that's reaching past, going for Aurelie. If you want to tell us how that goes, roll a. I have to roll, don't I?
I think thunderwave is a Constitution saving throw.
How's a nat 20? Does that work for you?
No.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
I think it's half damage on a success, though.
Do it again, but worse.
Actually, yeah, silvery
wait, is
barbs.
thunderwave the cantrip?
I want a silvery barbs if I can. Your nat 20 to roll again.
Oh, yep.
And that means you can also
Absolutely.
give advantage to something.
Yeah.
It was a con, wasn't it? 15.
I think that does.
My-
Yeah,
meets
that
it
means
beats it.
Yeah.
Meets beats.
But I'll give
Yep.
advantage to Granny. So you can have an advantage on.
Granny has advantage on the next attack, or?
I think it's just attack or saving throw ability check within a minute.
Okay. So tell me what that damage is for half. All right, so that is 4, and 4 does actually, like, you think this does about as much damage as you were expecting it to do. Like, yes, it seems to pull away and kind of pull its tentacle out of the way of some of your thunder waves, so only some of it connects, but it looks like it does full damage for what it connects for, so you don't think this thing is resistant to thunder, for whatever that's worth. All right, that is Taryn up next, Granny on deck.
Cool, so I'm grappled. Can I stay in the grapple for now and cast Shocking Grasp? So it's
Yes,
a
you can.
cantrip, and does a 22 hit.
Yes, it does.
Incredible.
Oh, thank God. I mean, thank Brad.
So something underneath a 22.
Cool, so that,
I mean, if it didn't, it would be a real rough time.
that is 12 lightning damage.
Nice. Okay, so as you hit it with lightning and the lightning lights up this space and sparks towards this thing, part of that light seems to be swallowed and it seems to kind of go dim as it connects.
Okay.
And then it only looks like it does about half the damage.
Okay.
In other words, resistant to.
Yeah. It also can't take reactions until the start of its next turn, if it's got reactions.
Perfect. So how much damage does it take?
Oh, that would have been 12 half to 6.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank
I was
you.
trying to see if there's anything else I can do very quickly.
Yeah, bonus actions or movement. You know, do you, like, I mean, you can't move, you're stuck.
Well, yeah, yes and no. I can bonus action move with the wind, but I don't know if that has to be free or not. That's what I'm just trying to have a look at. Because with
Nice.
tempestuous magic, I can move up to 10 feet without provoking opportunity attacks, but it doesn't say if I have to be free or not.
Yeah, it sounds like
I would
that's
say
more
freedom.
of like an improved movement
Yeah.
thing rather
Yeah.
than like a get out of a grapple thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I will hang out in the grapple
Yeah.
for a little bit longer.
Okay, cool. That means Granny, you're up, and then Dexter, you're back on deck.
Okay. So is the darkness just like a visual problem, or does it do something more than?
It seems
just
to be
being
mostly
dark
just
to
a
me?
visual
Okay.
problem. Like it's messing with dark vision even. This seems to be like magically dark, you know? It's just really hard to penetrate, you know, the middle of this thing, and it seems to be sort of growing slightly.
Huh. Joke's on you, I don't even have regular dark vision.
Okay, well, Granny's definitely concerned about the model in there. So what I was thinking is I will cast... Oh my god, that's a stupid idea, but that's like a character thing. I want to cast Daylight onto the creature. Oh shoot, sorry, I just cast it twice. So yeah, just cast that Daylight. And I want to aim it at, like, the costume, like, where it starts in the middle. And if... It's 60 feet, so I should do it. And it's basically if any of the spell's area overlaps with an area of darkness created by a spell 3rd level lower, the spell that created the darkness is dispelled. So...
Okie dokie. It is not
Perhaps.
3rd level or lower. It is 4th level.
And Granny's screaming and see if she has a bonus action that she can use.
Well, I mean, that's still information, right?
because-
Like, everything you're doing right now is telling you
Yeah.
stuff about this thing. Everywhere kind of around where the darkness doesn't touch gets a lot brighter suddenly as daylight erupts in this place. But everywhere the tentacles are, and they are still tentacles kind of darkness.
Yeah.
So there's lots of patches still bright. Yeah.
Cool. So, just in preparation, I assume as we were preparing the costume, some of the pearls ended up in Granny's pockets, so she's just gonna cast magic
Probably.
stone on
Surprise.
those pearls.
Nice.
Yeah, that makes sense. Nice.
Because that is fashionably kicking the bejesus out of something.
Next turn, you can huck it with advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Dexter, we're back at the top.
Ooh.
Then our ragamuffin, homebrewed, by the way. Don't look up common ragamuffin because there's nothing common about this
Yeah.
ragamuffin.
A normal ragamuffin
This
is
is
a small child.
It's a Polish band called
Yes.
this.
And I break their poster again. Dexter's gonna aim 2 punches towards the tentacle that's holding Taryn to try to free
Okay.
their new friend.
Yep.
Son of a gun on a stick. How does an 8 and an 11 hit you?
Not hitting, unfortunately. You do have an inspiration that you just got last turn if you felt like this was a time to use it.
Now, it's one attack action, so could I re-roll all the dice in an attack action?
You roll with advantage or something. Oh, right, because you roll 2 attacks.
So 2 attacks.
Yeah, no. It's an inspiration die is 1d20 re-roll.
In that case, I will save it and probably never use it and then regret it. Spend another key point. I have spent 3 out of a total of 6 for the audience at home. To do flurry of blows and try to
Nice.
the head again. I am bewildered. That is a 9 and a 12. I have a +6 to hit.
Wow.
This is.
Nope.
Remember when I said I could go a whole turn without hitting anything? This is what.
Should we keep a tally? Just like a chalk drawing on the
Okay,
wall.
so it's somewhere in between 12 and 22.
Amazing. We're learning more and more about this thing.
Okay, is that your turn? Flurry of blows, try to attack. Yeah.
For love of God, as iconic as it is, I kind of want to spend the inspiration just to roll once more to see if I hit at all.
I mean, it makes sense, you know?
Yeah, just out of pure desperation. Thank the not lords above in this realm canonically.
Who do you genuinely think Severin would think of when he thinks of thanking somebody for the good things that are happening in his life? Like,
Wait,
that's
me-
a genuine question. Sorry,
Wait,
not Severin.
Wait, me or...
Yeah.
Yeah, me or Dexter.
Yeah, like, who does Dexter think of when he thinks
Right.
of... Because, you know, like, there are people in this world, like in Isen, that are, like, you know, people that people look up to. You saw it all over the place. You know, Caves has got, like, a crazy following, and, you know, the trash pirate leaders have got a crazy following, but I can't think of them. Flotsam and Jetsam, you know, like they're doing like, you know, trash talks down in the towns. But yeah, like
I think there's one answer, Jules. It's got to be my boy Abbott Peak,
Yeah.
Western Power King.
yeah. So you probably would say like, you know, thank the abbot, you know, or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Dexter's thank Peak that hit with a 22.
Nice.
And then a paltry 5 points of bludgeoning damage, but can I get another con save?
Okay.
Not a nat 20 this time, please.
No, I didn't.
Thank the
I
peak.
got a 15.
Okay, that does make it. But still, you know, if you don't try something, you don't get anything.
Correct. I still had to roll a 13 to get that, so, you know, average is in your favor.
It's not too bad.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so Ragamuffin on deck. At the beginning of his turn, it starts to wrap anybody that it has grappled.
A beat drop.
That is
Yo, go Ragamuffin. It's your birthday. We're gonna party. It's your birthday.
Cats and
So, yeah, so it's a start of action turn, so it doesn't actually cost him an action. It's like a free action, essentially. So you just take 4 bludgeoning at the start of the turn as the clothing and the fabric and the shadow starts wrapping itself around you tighter and tighter, and it, like, hurts, you know?
I don't like this thing.
Makes sense.
Completely understandable.
Yeah. And then it wants to tell Granny to lie down.
It's both rapping and telling you to get down.
That's why I thought of it.
You just,
Well, it probably will do that next.
it's going to tell you to put your hands in the air.
Yeah, so it's basically casting Dominate Person. As it reaches out, it's like minds like psychically to you to tell you to just lie down. So roll me a wisdom saving throw as this piece of clothing tries to like reach into your mind and like dominate you and try to control what you're doing.
You have advantage if you need it.
For the podcast, JD said this was hot.
Come on, stupid. Sorry, I'm just trying to roll, but I'm having... Okay,
yeah, and you
cool.
do have advantage on your next
Well,
saving throw, so this could...
Thank
So-
the speaker, because I need that. 'Cause that was a
Okay, so
6.
Granny likes the speaker. Got it. Yep.
But
Yeah,
now
I thought it'd be like-
yeah, Granny has the hots for the speaker. It's 21, fortunately.
Okay.
On the
Nice.
second
Okay.
roll.
Yeah, so you
Nice.
sort of like that kind of washes over you and you manage to withstand, like, you know, what does this look like as Granny sort of fights back against the urge to lie down?
It's gonna be like, no! No! And she takes off her shoe and starts like flapping up the air with it. Because it helps her confidence.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like it.
Over.
Cool. And then at JD, so the tentacle that was trying to reach orally, as Bardley thunder waves at this thing, it sort of changes direction and comes at you, and it tries to slam at you. So it's gonna
And-
roll for an attack.
Pump up to the jam
You're just
at
kind
you.
of on the stairs of like the stage area, so it's reaching out quite a way. Those tentacles go sort of stretching out from this thing quite a long way. Does a 23 hit your AC? Yeah, I figured.
Yes.
It's just... Look, I don't get to ask many times, guys, so I'm just really excited.
For those of us listening, JD is a little a delicate flower who has no AC.
So
It's
6
very
bludgeoning, 6 bludgeoning damage, and can you do me either a dex or a strength saving throw as this thing tries to grapple you too? It can grapple multiple creatures at the same time. Dex check.
And it's 12 plus 7 for JD.
Nice. Yeah, so a 19 definitely means that you escape the grapple. You don't get grabbed by this thing. So you are free to fight another day. Cool. So, and it is your turn. Taryn, you're on deck.
Cool.
Get some revenge, Bardley. Go for the rapier attack. I like it. Okay, so we're attacking with the rapier, then we're doing a
And then
bonus,
doing a bonus
action
action.
of...
JD wants to do mental.
Yeah, cool. So Mantle of Majesty to do command after you are attacking with the rapier. Got it. All right. Okay, cool. Yes, 18 plus 7 is definitely a hit. That is a 25. Nothing is that high at your guys' level, or I'm a big meanie. And then you do 6 points of damage. Is your weapon magical in any kind of way? No, I know. I asked the question. That was mean. I knew the answer. So, because it's... Correct. So, because it's non-magical piercing, it only does half damage. So, half of that goes through. Perfect. And then your spell goes off to halt. And that is a will saving throw or wisdom saving throw, whatever game I'm playing. Am I playing Pathfinder or D&D right now? I have no idea.
I think it's
Where are
Call of
we?
Cthulhu,
What is
right?
happening? Does a 16 save?
Canonically, yes, because Bardley's DC is 15 from the last Thunder Wave, unless it's changed. I think it's the same thing. I think it saves.
Okay, so it decides not to halt, and it keeps wiggling obstinately in your face. All right.
And rapping.
So, Granny, you are... Nope, Taryn, sorry, apologies. Taryn, you are up. Granny, you're on deck. You're up next.
I'm gonna still stay in the grapple and try an ice knife at 2nd level.
Okie
So I'm gonna, Taryn's gonna spit into her hand and then form the spit into a ice dagger and stab it towards the shadow fabric.
It's true what they say, you guys. You've got to give it that hooked up.
And
Am I
a
right,
9 probably
Gen
does
Zers?
not hit even at point blank range.
No, I'm afraid
Can you give
not.
yourself
No,
advantage?
it's not going to do it.
No. Well, that's cool. I'm gonna hang out here then.
Stay being...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, it's
stay
still-
being crushed to death.
It's still
it
bursts,
feels
right?
great.
Yeah. It's restricting, but I tried.
It's quite
It is very restricting. I don't think I've got anything that can really do anything else after. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Okay. Granny, you're up. You tried light last time, so what are we
Yep.
trying this time?
Well, I will try and use my magic pearl to hit the piece that's holding Taryn, because Taryn looks
Okay.
like she's effective. So
Ineffective.
It is. It's 12 to
Affected
hit.
or ineffective?
Does a 12 hit?
A 12 does not. No.
Donk it.
Higher than a 12.
Let's have a look at what I can do else. What else I can do? What I can do else? Yes. I can do nothing else, so I'm just going to not do anything.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That is okay. I am sorry too, because I'm going to kill you all.
What?
So as this thing reaches out 2 more arms, it seems to grab hold of different people from the crowd. You see 2 more tendrils shoot out, right, and pull different people, and you see a richly dressed sort of noble person who is standing at seated right at the corner of the stage, and that's prime seating in the fashion world. So definitely this person paid a lot of money or whatever to be here, so probably has a lot. That's all you know. You don't really know any more than that as you see this person get grabbed, and then you see a familiar face go whizzing by you. This one you have met before. Someone that you have been hanging out in the clothing store of. Any guesses as to who is going whizzing past you right now?
Is it my girl?
Girlfriend.
Yeah. Zephyra.
No.
Zephyra. Yes, Severin. Yeah.
For the podcast audience, JD is saying that it is my
Zephyra
girlfriend.
Skydrape
To
goes
get me in
whizzing
trouble.
past, grabbed hold of by
goblin.
the dark, shadowy tendrils, and the tendrils reach out to grab somebody else as well. They are trying to grab Granny. Okay, so
Granny, it's
an
not
11. That's not going to do it. Granny's not going to get grabbed with an 11. But
Granny's
apparently, Bardley with the second grab gets slamified with a nat 20. Sorry. Not much
can I still
escaping a
rebarbs
nat
again?
20.
My reaction should be back around.
Yes, you can.
Can you re-roll, please?
I did, but I rolled a 15 again, and I already know it has a +5, so.
But no reactions.
Dirty 20.
It's exactly what happened last time. Come on,
No
Jules.
reactions. Yes, this is totally true. So it tries to do that, and with its grab, 2 people are grabbed. So Taryn is grabbed, Bardley is grabbed. You see Zephyra grabbed, and this noble person grabbed, and it starts opening up like you haven't seen it do before, opening up a big central black maw, and it starts to draw. So it's got these people grabbed in its arms, and everybody that isn't grappled is being yoinked towards the center of this thing, just like it's almost sucking you into the darkness. And I'm going to need Granny and I'll deal with Severin whenever we find him, wherever he's disappeared. To roll me a intelligence saving throw.
It's a good one.
Would get nice. Okay, so you manage to hold on to something, like hold on to your sense of self, hold on to the sense of the light that you just cast before, something to stop yourself just kind of falling into this inky blackness. But you do see other creatures around you starting to be pulled into this inky, you know? Okay, so Severin, roll me an intelligence saving throw as you're being sucked towards the darkness of the inky black void of the center of this thing.
Well, how does a 4 hit you?
A 4 is great. So you start being sucked towards the middle of this thing.
No.
We're basically spaghetti for this ragamuffin.
Yes. So, you know, Taryn is grabbed, Bardley is grabbed, and then Dexter is being sucked towards the center of this thing. Literally the only thing on the outside is Granny, like, still fighting, still holding feet, still struggling so hard against this thing. Yeah, and it is now Bardley's turn with Taryn on deck. What are you doing, Bardley? You're grabbed by this thing. It would take an action to get out of its arms, so are you just fighting it, staying grabbed, or like, what are you doing? What's your plan here? Okay, so you're like throwing audience around. Most of them are commoners and nobles.
They should have run at this point.
I'm sure this will go great. Other models, it's true. And the creature got a 19. The construct got a 19. Yeah, I'm rolling hot tonight,
really
guys.
Good, Jules.
Yeah. Stop it.
I'm using my rose quartz dice. Maybe that's why.
Oh, lucky die.
Yeah, use like a cursed one.
Yeah.
I've got plenty.
Oh, yeah, I got some you can borrow.
Okay, who are you inspiring?
Yeah. Who do you love the most?
That's me.
You
Yeah.
and Taryn, yeah.
Yeah. But Dexter's getting sucked.
Yeah, Dexter's kind of like grabbing hold of the floor, like being dragged towards this thing. You still see him.
Thank you.
Okay,
Is it a 6, 8? What's your dice? An 8. Cool.
D8. Perfect.
1 day.
Okay, so but as Bardley causes an earthquake all over the place, and different nobles and things fall over, and models fall off stages, and it's chaos and pandemonium, and like people are bleeding and injured everywhere right now, and just running for their lives because they've never seen anything like this. And this has been like 18 seconds of absolute, hell as Shadow World has opened up inside this fashion show, and everything is chaos right now. Taryn, what are you doing?
Can I come into the out now and try and escape the grapple finally?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you're doing a
saving?
a grapple escape check. Yes, escape attempt. So like you can do athletics.
I'd rather not, but okay. Thank you for the inspiration, because I will probably need that. So strength saving throw. Hey, I actually rolled a nat 20 -1.
Oh, and okay, cool. I was going to say it's an athletics or acrobatics check, but sure.
That's right. I can re-roll.
But it's a nat 20, so
Well, I did it as a saving throw.
we like a nat 20.
But if
Why?
Don't forget to give yourself inspiration if you didn't already have inspiration for the nat 20.
Okay, but I did roll it as a saving throw, not a check, so I can re-roll.
Nope, that's
I feel
fine.
okay with that? Okay.
Nope. Yep. Nat 20 is a nat 20 and deserves respect.
Okie dokie. In that case, I will now use my bonus action to fly 10 feet away from the tendril. And
This thing, like, you hear, like, the weird rustle of fabric as it rubs on each other, but you feel like it is screaming, like, in rage, It doesn't sound like a scream, it sounds like fabric rubbing on fabric loudly and aggressively, and it sort of, like, nails down a blackboard.
Is that why my lightning didn't work? Because it's rubbing together and causing all that static electricity as it shuffles its feet
Or
along the
it could be
carpet?
just that literally anything that is about light has a problem with darkness.
That's cool. I like that option too.
All that.
Perhaps the darkness within us all was the real
Granny, it
monster.
is your go.
Oh, so I'm not grappled. Taryn's not grappled, but Jules, Bardley is.
Bardley is.
and whoever knows what's happened to
essentially, Dexter is sort of grappled because he's being pulled towards. It's not
Mentally
grappled by
grappled?
something, but yeah.
Who wants to be hastened? Who needs hastening? Bardley, if I hasten you. It gives you 2+ AC, advantage on dexterity, saving throws, and I thought it gives you more actions because I played Baldur's Gate too much. But
They
I'm
really
going
jack up
to-
some spells.
I'm going to hasten.
You get an additional action on each of your turns.
Oh,
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I will
you do.
say, not to move your hand, but that's 2 extra attacks a Dexter can do. You know, just throwing that out there, just saying.
But Dexter, you need to punch it with the magic, and I told you this, and you keep punching with your fists. So you get rewarded for listening to instructions, and this time,
Granny-
Bardley gets the haste. So
Granny, my fists are pretty magical. I mean, look at them. And they're just like bruised and bleeding.
I was going to
How
say,
do you not think this is magic?
you're like literally not having this conversation because this all happens in 6 seconds and it's just like, who wants to be hasted? You want to be hasted? And then like everybody's screaming and Granny just has to make a decision.
And another
everybody's
one.
it's gonna be Bardley, okay?
And then a rebuttal.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have
Debate club.
favorites. If I did,
Oh, debatable.
Okay, so you're hasting Bardley. Perfect.
Bardley, yeah.
Oh, the
Last two
dream.
AC,
I
one
could've
action,
punched-
and fun things.
I could have punched 6 times.
Cool.
You're the new Sonic the Hedgehog.
Awesome. So you do that. That was your action. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
Yeah, I'm just gonna I don't know, move away from all the hassle, so I'm not grappled, maybe? Can I? No, I don't know.
If you're grappled,
no.
your
Can
speed
I-
becomes 0.
Yeah.
And I
But I'm
have
not
so much
grappled.
pleasure telling you that because you didn't haste
It was.
me.
It's really just if you had like a bonus action you needed to do or something like that, because you can't really move anywhere.
I thought I wasn't grappled.
Cool.
What did I miss? Okay, cool.
Oh no, you aren't.
No, I'm not.
Wait.
That's
Hey,
I'm the only
can
one
you be
that's
though?
not.
Stop confusing me, Severin.
What? You were the one that said. I just rolled with it.
Bardley got out. Granny isn't in.
Taryn got
Taryn
out.
got
Yep,
out.
yep.
Taryn got out. Bardley is still grappled. God damn
I
it,
get
Jules.
to
You can tell I need to
Dexter?
sleep.
You
On
need-
foot,
almost need
just
less
to be
tentacles.
closer to him.
What's that?
Can I walk towards Dexter?
Yep.
Go to Dexter.
You can try and like run towards
foot.
Dexter to stop him from sliding into this
yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
so
run
you're kind
towards
of like
Dexter.
moving towards him to try and grab him. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Perfect. Dexter, it is your go. Your movement
Hello.
is out of your control. You are being pulled backwards. Looking
Okay.
over your shoulder, there is nothing but black back there. Like literally nothing waiting for you. No figures, no nothing. But the black is getting bigger and closer. But you do have exactly 6 seconds to do something before being swallowed by that blackness.
Damn, this seems like an absolute conundrum, everybody. For no other reason than just sheer panic, can Dexter please cast Earth Tremor on the creature? It has
Okay.
to make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw to not get tremored.
Okay. I rolled a 16. Does that work for you?
No, please do
That's
it.
a dirty 20 total.
Oh, yeah, do it again, but like worse. On a failed save, not prone. It doesn't say anything on a success, so I guess just nothing happens. The earth kind of tremors.
You try and grab hold of the earth as you're going, like, you know, kind of past it with your fingers and trying to hang on, but you're sliding and it's so hard to get a grasp on the earth, let alone connect with it. Like you usually can, you know, usually when it comes to you and the earth, like, I don't know, things just feel right. Like ever since you've touched that stone, you know, but for this time, for some reason, you're unable to like grab hold of that connection. Maybe it's the panic, maybe it's something else, like, you know. Yeah, something interfering with it. Granny.
Wait, so I don't have power over my movement.
No.
So I
Not
can't
currently.
dash away. But if Dexter
No.
was to disengage as a bonus action, would
You basic like this
Would that
is
do
like
anything?
a grapple. Yeah, nah. You failed really badly on your intelligence save. You're going in.
well,
But you just have a second to like deal with this, basically.
the fun thing is I get 4 turns worth of creatures to roll up a new character, so like easy
That's
done, man.
true.
Don't worry
Yeah,
about
totally.
it. We'll get you out, mate. It'll be
Yeah,
golden.
it'll be fun.
Taryn will be in
Granny,
this one.
You start running towards Severin, and all of a sudden you're just grabbed. And
Oh,
you're
no.
like it's like being grabbed by air. You're not sure exactly what's stopping you from moving forward until you sort of turn and realize that there is a air creature there. A particularly like cloudy, nasty looking air elemental who is like, enough. And that's what he says to you. He just says, enough. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Who's this character?
Shadow Daddy.
It might
Yeah,
be.
like he came out of nowhere, like just like popped into being to stop Granny running forward.
Oh man, 19.
19. That's nice.
Nah.
Nope, this was a DC 20. This guy is absolutely gnarly. And Granny pops out of existence.
What? Granny!
Wait, if it's
Like,
What?
just Granny is gone. Now, where Granny goes is somewhere. We will find out more about where Granny goes later.
yeah, because it can't.
It
can't be
isn't
banishment.
nowhere. It's not like Granny just died or something like that. Granny just popped into existence somewhere else, and we're going to deal with that in a future episode because leaving our characters Dexter sliding what's that word?
Inexorably.
Inexorably
Quickly.
towards a gaping maw of darkness.
The audacity.
Our bar dangling in a shadowy tentacle, which is getting tighter and tighter every second, just crushing the life out of our hero, leaving Taryn just gasping with sore ribs, having recently escaped the grapple herself, only to see Granny just disappear along with the strange air elemental that had stopped her from moving towards them. Both
But
of
the
them
shoe
gone in a
stays behind.
flash.
And
That's the end of the episode.
I'm looking pretty good right now, considering.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yes, I'm excited for Granny to find out where Granny has just turned up in. I'm not going to give you that spoiler today, but I know. And I'm really excited for us to explore a different area of Air Kingdom at some point in the future. Now, just to clarify, Kasia's just going to have a few weeks off crew also, so... we'll be missing our favourite Granny for the next couple of episodes, but Kasia will be back and with a special story announcement on where Granny has been. And I'm really, really excited about this. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. So let's wrap up and bring this thing to a close because... Exactly. Thank you so much for joining us on our adventure today, and we really look forward to seeing you again. If you are listening to this podcast on the podcast app of your choice, come along to the live stream one day and catch the action directly as it happens. Usually the tech isn't this bad. We stream every second Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. NZDT, and we would love to see you there. Of course, this podcast would not be able to keep going without our Patreons who keep the lights on in Isen HQ and make our Discord a delightful home on the internet full of Lego pictures and fun advice and cool RPG and an extra sourdough Bob that has joined the Discord, which is very exciting. We are very grateful for your support. So thank you to Alex White Robinson, Irene Kochi, Laura Christine Goodwin, Sam Malcolm, Kay, Victoria and Gavin Porter, Daniel Nichols, Squish Malcolm Crow is dead for most of the 6th Sense, Alexandra Lidkites, Andrew Evans, Chaos the Fox, Ezekiel, Tara Borelli, Christian H, Disturbed 1NZ says the real life When of the Forgotten says remember the forgotten. Well, he said meow, but we all know what he means. Lyndon Hood, Tom, let's go Phoenix. Paul Super's being clean shaven. Hashtag Paul No Beard, Ailey, Erika Jane, Penny D, Aaron Gilgren, Moji, Danielle the Tea Lady, Lady of the Tea, I'm a little teapot, sure and stout. Here is my handle, here is my, oh crap, that Liz from Time to Die, a D&D podcast. Paul, no beard still looks great. Hashtag Movember 2024 chalk. Yes. Thank you to all of our Patreons. Thank you for always keeping me on my toes with your changes of your name. And thank you particularly to the ones that just kind of cut off. That, oh crap, that. It's so dramatic. I don't know what comes after the word that. And it freaks me out. I don't know. Is Danielle the tea lady of the tea okay? Or, did they pass away in the middle of renaming their Patreon?
I must ask the teas. They'll know.
Yes. So you too can be a Fatey for as little as $2 a month. Join our exclusive Discord. Become one of the many fans that I now consider friends. And before I wanted to go, I wanted to remind you that if you have a hankering for more dice in your life, head on over to our partners, fanrolldice.com, and use the promo code Fate of Isen for a cheeky little 10% off. That is a good deal for those people in your life that need dice for the Xmas. Order now, and they'll probably be here in time.
They'll roll like Jules in combat, guaranteed.
Yes, exactly. All right. I'm going to say e nohora ka kita no aroha nui. Goodbye. We will see you again soon, and we love you loads. Take your meds, drink your water, go to sleep, and take care of yourself and somebody else. Bye.
Bye.